Today's topic is: what are some subtle gestures that scream, "I love you"? It sounds so dumb, but my husband, who gets up earlier than me for work, checks my electric toothbrush's battery every morning and puts it on its charger if needed. Then he puts the tube of toothpaste on my side of the sink just so I don't have to reach over to his side. It's such a small thing, but it genuinely makes me smile and give me the warm fuzzies whenever I go to brush my teeth and see my toothbrush on its charger. Touching your back or kissing your head when they pass by. Showing up with a treat you like just because they saw it somewhere. Random hugs for no reason. Smiling at the fact that you're smiling. Unsolicited help when it's actually needed. I'm pretty specific about the way I make a cup of tea. It involves using a timer. I visited my partner a week or two ago and they were making a cup of tea and set a timer. I was surprised and they told me that they wanted to make me tea the way they know I like it. That was such a small gesture in the grand scheme of things, but boy did it make me feel loved. Knowing your significant other and doing things tailored to them. It sounds a little ridiculous, but my husband and I have been together for 17 years and he just randomly hates unlocking doors. Of course he'll do it, but for some reason it really brings down his day. So I go out of my way to make sure that door is unlocked when he's on his way home. He would never get upset at me if I forgot, but he loves and praises the crud out of me for thinking of a small thing like that. He packs me lunch, gives me forehead kisses, opens my car door, cleans my car, plays with my hair/scratches my head when we cuddle, massages my feet/legs when I kick them up to rest them on his, makes time for me even when he's swamped with work, carries my things, etc. Honestly, too many little things he does that screams he loves me. Lucky to be loved by him. My husband texts "drive safe" every time I tell him I'm leaving our house. I have very long hair, so whenever my husband and I go shopping, anytime we stop to look at things on the shelf, he repeatedly runs his fingers through my hair. It gives me goosebumps. I love it. I can always count on my husband to answer the phone. He has rarely ever missed a call from me in all the years we have been together, but the few times he has, he always called me back immediately. My boyfriend will randomly pull me in and pepper me with a bunch of kisses on the forehead or in my hair sometimes. Random hugs. He takes care of me when I'm not feeling well. I don't pick up of cues super well, so he's often just very verbally blunt with how much he loves me, and I appreciate him so much for that. He does a lot more, but I can't list it all. But the little things really make me feel so loved and happy. Cleaning snow off your car for you. Lots of stuff for me was with my car. Filling up an air bubble to fill my tire when I got home so I didn't have to. Cleaning snow off the night before BC he knew I worked early. Or cleaning mine off on the morning while cleaning his. Anything that they know you don't like to do, so they do it. Something as simple as changing the toilet roll and setting the old one on the counter, either a few pieces left on the roll so I don't have to bend my body in a weird way when I hurt my arm. For me, I find it as thinking ahead for him, too. Do some of his laundry for him. Buy him toiletries he's almost out of. Pick him up something he likes at the store. Charge his watch when he forgets to. It's small acts of kindness for us. When my husband pays attention to something I'm into but he has no interest in. I've been recovering from surgery and I've felt bad about asking him to water the plants because I know they're not his thing at all, and he's expressed his preference I don't get more. But he's still diligently watered things when I've asked, because he knows it matters to me and I matter to him. When we started living together, my husband left me at the bus stop every day to get to work safely regardless of whether we had a fight or not. The stop is around the corner from my house, and for years I went alone before him without any problems. Now that I have a car, He gets up every day to open the gate for me and make sure I get out safely even though I can easily open it alone. I think it's the cutest thing in the world. Every time me and my girlfriend go to sleep, she takes a bit longer to get to the bed due to washing off makeup. The first thing she does when she arrives in the bedroom is hand me a glass of water, every time. Anytime he cooks, he walks over and pop a piece of whatever he's cooking into my mouth. I'm always starving because I forget to eat lunch most days due to a heavy workload at my WFH job. It is the sexiest thing in the world and it shows me he loves me and thinks of me. Helping with or initiating tasks that he knows I struggle with. For example, I've been feeling down lately and overwhelmed with work, and he opened my fridge this past weekend and started removing old leftover containers and helped me clean up the kitchen, while chatting with me casually so it didn't feel like a big deal, without any discussion or mention by me that I needed to do this. From a guy's perspective, place an arm in front of her body if braking hard in the car to brace her / when walking besides her on a footpath always taking the curbside. Maybe I'm just traditional. When you're sitting doing nothing together and he touches you in a non-sexual way. Sometimes we hold hands watching TV. I love that my partner has cared about my cat as if she were his own ever since he started coming over to my place when we started dating. And he'd never really had cats or previously been a cat person, he just saw how much I loved her so she became important to him too. When a person wants to hear your every thought. When a person is concerned about how your day went. When a person goes up and beyond to do things for you without you having to ask them. When a person doesn't mind giving and sharing every part of them. When a person sacrifices just to make sure that you are okay, that you are safe. I feel like I went my whole life only hearing, "love you," and never feeling it. I left a 10-year relationship / marriage a couple years ago and I never once felt that screaming, "I love you," just words, and I personally always did so many gestures to show love and care, just never received it. I'm now in an unlabeled relationship that's been going on for a little over a year but more recently has turned very, very affectionate. I can say that nearly all of the things I've read here I have experienced in such a short time frame. It feels so healing. I don't know where him and I are headed relationship-wise, but I know we love each other very deeply. I feel the most loved when I can see / feel him just staring at me, then shortly after he tells me how beautiful I am. He is always putting his arm around my shoulders / waist, holding my hand, such loving and gentle touches in public. He kisses my head / forehead / all over my face, we whisper in each other's ears and giggle a bunch. We hold each other very close and just say, when we feel the strong release of oxytocin. There is just so much love between us that is felt so strongly, sometimes I don't even know what to do with it all. It is the most loved I have felt in all of my life. My partner is incredibly thoughtful and always pays attention to the little things that make my life easier. Since I'm not a big fan of driving, he always makes time to pick me up from work, doesn't matter how tired, sleepy, or far he is. Even though he loves seafood and I don't eat fish, or even like the smell, he'll always choose restaurants with options that suit me. He even buys clothes and accessories that match my style, despite the fact that I'm usually just in scrubs. After a long shift at the hospital, he'll take off my smelly socks and give me a foot massage to help me unwind. He calls me beautiful every single time and tells me, for the years we've been together, every day that he's lucky to have me and is proud of me. Randomly and unpromptly deciding to buy something regardless of value for someone else. It could be as simple as just grabbing them a soda at the gas station while you are out, or seeing something on Amazon you figure they probably would like. My partner rubs his nose on mine, or he is silly with me, or he says drive safe. That moment when you're telling a story in a group and you look over to see your partner already smiling because they know exactly what part you're excited to tell. It's like they're experiencing the joy of the story all over again just through you. When we moved into our first apartment together, we hung our towels on the vertical towel rack in the bathroom. A few weeks in, we realized that we've each been using only the bottom towel so that the other could have the top towel with easier access. It was a moment for us and we gave each other a great big hug. Still together, about to celebrate 5th wedding anniversary. When we sit next to each other and he puts his hand on my leg, I often do the same with him. Where we live it isn't normal to show affection in public, but he often subtly does it. When we eat out he often holds my hand on the table when we wait for our food and talk. I've never seen other couples do this here. Generally speaking, most of them are on their phones nowadays. Eye contact, randomly taking your hand to hold, being curious about your day, sharing goofy pictures and random updates. This is so you/us, tell me when you reach back safely, just because thoughtful gesture/gift, feeding you food. When an introverted person shows affection or physical touch, when someone remembers details you don't even recall mentioning, proudly talks about you and loves you out loud, puts you first, and the two of you become one. When someone is holding your hand and they rub little circles with their thumb.